Hi everyone, welcome to another video with Loop. So today in this video we're gonna build another Shopify store in Webflow. So what we're gonna build today is this Nufi Air product page from Nufi keyboards. So we're gonna build this custom like color option selector where user can select colors of their keyboards, and when they click on any of those colors, they see the keyboard in that color. And then we also gonna have this secondary options as well. So I have already set up few things for this video. So I have already created a demo Shopify store and loaded it with our products with all the different colors and all different variants. And then I have also connected it to Webflow using Loop. So I have already done that. So if you don't know how to connect Webflow and Shopify using Loop, I will link a video somewhere here that you can watch to see how you can set up the integration between Shopify and Webflow. So once the integration is done, you would be able to do the same and import your Shopify products in Webflow. As you can see here, the product that I have in Shopify, this one, is already in my Webflow CMS that I can use to build a Shopify Headless store in Webflow. And I have the variant here. So what we need to do is let's go to our product page. So I have already done some styling. As you can see, I have already built the navigation bar, but there's no e-commerce functionality yet. So let's build that. So we're gonna do is we're gonna launch our app from the Webflow apps bar, and you can see here. So what first thing we need is our product wrapper. So I'm gonna copy that and I will paste it inside my container. So for now we can close the app, and then let's link everything together. So this is the picture. My title goes here, and then I'll remove this because we don't have any subtitle for this product. And then let's link it to the price of the default variant by default. And then here we will choose the default variants compare price. Loop will automatically change it when someone selects the options. We're gonna go through that later in the video. And here for the compare price, I'm gonna set a condition that only show this compare price if the value is greater than 0, right? So if the compare price is 0, we don't want people to see this, like the empty dollar sign. And Loop does support subscriptions, but for this product we don't have subscriptions, so we can get rid of this. Let's link this to our product's description. And we don't need these accordions for now, but when you're building a real life project, this can contain ingredients or another information that you want to show to users. So for now, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this title as well. And here, so as we can see the site, they are using radio buttons. So we're going to do the same. So let's get rid of this drop down for the options, and let's keep the radio button there as. And now let's link this product wrapper. I'll go to settings. I'll link this product wrapper uh to the like the product of this page. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link the loop ID here to the loop ID in the CMS, and I'm gonna link this default variant to the default variants loop ID that you can see here. So once that's done, now it's connected. So now let's style this so it looks more like this, right? So let's do that. I'm just gonna pull this on the second screen so I can style it while looking there. So here, so first of all thing is the main color is green, right? So let's choose that. So as you can see, the by default, when you get the radio button, it has two classes. It has the first one is the input and is the checked. So if you remove this, this is how it's going to show up to the users by default. And when they select it, this is class is going to be added by the loop JavaScript automatically. So first let's get rid of this and make sure that this has everything, like it looks fine. Maybe I don't want it to be black. I want it like something like this. And then when user selects it, instead of purple, I want it to be the Nufi green color. So let's just use this keyboard to quickly select it. And then maybe I want it to be having a border width of 2. And then maybe I also want this to be the same color. So let's do that. And then maybe I want the background to have some green in it. So let's do this, and then like some very light color, and then let's do this as bold. Okay, so that's like how I would see, right? So it looks okay now. And then we need to do is we also need to make the color like the color one where people can choose the colors, right? So to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna widen this. So I can see that my product wrapper is this, right? But I don't want to be this to be the product wrapper because I'm gonna have more than one options, right? So let's duplicate this thing. Uh, and now I have two of these. So what I'm gonna do is if you go to our loop docs, you can see how to create this color switcher. So first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that our radio button has this attribute LP is color true. So we're gonna copy this, go back, come here, and then add another one that is tap true. So this will convert this into a color option. And then we need to go back again to the docs, and we need to add a following attribute to the product options wrapper. So what is options wrapper? So by default, this thing is the options wrapper, right? But because we're gonna have more than one type of options, like we want one color switcher and one radio button, so we're gonna have to make some changes. But if you only want radio buttons, the default setup is okay. You can have this as your option wrapper. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch our app, and we're gonna go to the advanced setup mode, and let's go here and let's find the product options wrapper, and we're going to do set attributes. So you see it already it like created the attributes here, and then we're going to add another attribute manually from that we copied from our docs. And then the value of this should be the options, the like the colors options name, right? So for here it is this, right? uh, and I can show you where you can find that. So you can see this, so you want to have this one. So we're gonna copy and paste that. So if it's different in your case, make sure you it's correct, and come here, and we're gonna set the same attribute here as well. Okay, so now that's good. So now let's make this look like color option picker, right? So if I come back here, so you can see this is how it looks. Let's make it look round. So let's add a class of hide here because we don't want the text. And then maybe I'm gonna duplicate this and give it like color. And then let's do because the height is 2 rm, let's make it a square first, and then I'm gonna round it. Let's give it 100 rem. So now it's selected, right? But with the background color we don't want anything. Okay, so now when it's selected, it's gonna have this green halo radius, and the normal options are gonna have this one. Okay, now that's it. Let's I think that's it. So now what we need to do is we need to have our script loaded. So what I mean by that is let's go back. So we're gonna copy the script and add it to our page, because this is what connects your Shopify and Webflow site in the front end. So what you can do is you can also like open the product your Webflow site settings right from here, and then paste it here, right? Save, and like you can close it. But I know many people use FinSuite custom like FinSuite extension, so you can also do that here. So now that's done. We need to do one more thing. So if we go back to our docs, we need to have this thing in our in our header of the page, because browser doesn't know like what iconic white like the different color names. Lunar gray means browser knows like the simple colors like white, black, yellow, right? But as you can see in the demo as well, like our colors are different, right? They are not the conventional naming scheme, right? So what we need to do is let's copy this and then come here, and then in our head we will just paste this, right? So it's telling the browser that for the color option iconic white, this is the hex code that it should be showing. And in your case, it might be different. It might be plum purple. So you will write plum purple and the hex code for that color. Let's save this and let's publish. Okay, and now once the site is published, let's open this and we can see that our colors come here, right? Okay, but I definitely see a problem. We don't like if I refresh, we don't want everything to be checked, right? So let's go back. So we need to do is the first problem is we styled this with the checked on. That's a problem. So let's remove this. Let's remove this. So for this one, we need to make sure we style it again, like and 100 rem, and then we don't want anything here, right? And that's it. Let's reset it. That's transparent. And then once it's checked, we just want it to get all the styles from the so base class. So now we have styled it so that this is the base class, and when it's checked, then it looks like this. So now we publish again, we should be able to see everything working correctly. So if I open this, okay, there you go. So now if I choose black, I see the black option. If I choose gray, I see the gray option. And if I choose this yellow, but the color code is different, but you get the idea. And now based on this, I can have different options, right? And everything is working. And you can see the prices updating based on our options here. Okay, so that's working. Now let's make it look more like the landing page we were trying to build. Okay, so if we go back, so we can see this is in a grid, like horizontally, and this is a grid of 2. So let's do that. So I will do is I will wrap in a div block, give it a grid, and make it grid of 3. Good. And then this one, let's wrap it in a div block, make it a grid of 2, right? Good. And let's do this. I'm gonna make sure that this is the full width. So let's do 100%. And then this is 100% as well, but we want this to be like this, and we want this to be 2 rem, 2 rem, and 2 rem, 2 rem, and then we want the gap to be 0.5 rem. Okay, let's publish this. Okay, there you go. It published now. So if you go back, voila, there you see. So now we have our color selector, and we do have options to select whatever product we want. So now let's finish this by adding a card to the page so we can test everything is working. So let's launch our app again. And what I need is I want to copy the full cart element, and let's paste it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to here. And where is my cart? I'm going to take this cart, insert this button as well. And then I don't need this. So let's remove this. And in here, let's do this. So this is, let's wrap this in a div block, and let's put the card inside, right? And this is the div block, and I want this thing to be black so it matches the theme with white text. And then I want this to be on the top. So let's do absolute like this. Let's probably move it a little bit. And then let's make it 0.5. So it's really, really, really tiny. Maybe it's too small. Let's do this. 7.5. Keep it 7.5. Okay, that's fine. So now let's make sure when we click it, our card opens. So start an animation of card open, like preview. Okay, our card is opening. That's great. And now let's do the same here. We're gonna have another interaction on click, card open, preview, close. Okay, that's good. And now let's close this. Let's hit publish again. Open the website. And there we go. Let's add this to cart. Okay, we see it's working. So if I can remove this, I can remove this. Our cart is empty. Let's choose the black one. Add to cart. I have black with these keys. Good. Let's choose the white one. Add to cart. Oh, that's working. So now let's check out. And voila, I was redirected to the checkout. So that's working. So now let's fix one thing. Let's change the color because that yellow color, I don't like it. Let's do this. Let's go here and let's do just FF. That would be the white. Save and publish. Okay, there you go. Let's open this. And there you go. So now we have a something like what we had in the Nufi page, and we can choose the color. Customer can see the color here. They can choose different options, and then they can add the product to cart. Once they add to a cart, they can apply any discounts, and then they can check out using Shopify. So now with the end of this video, you should be able to build custom option selector for colors in Webflow for your Shopify store. I hope this video was helpful. See you in the next video. Thank you.